Okay, we're here in Oklahoma. I'm just reading that I'm at 7% battery.
So that's about the whole trip, man, isn't it?
So what are we doing here, David?
Well, we're in Oklahoma City. We're in, what is it? This is the Paseo District?
Paseo District.
The Paseo District, which is kind of like what our Capitol Hill area, okay?
Okay, yeah.
The cool happening part of town. And we're here with a guy that ran a campaign that shocked the world in 2018.
Yeah.
With you can see that you can hear the helicopter, like the military are out checking this guy out. All right. Kendra Horn won in the Oklahoma 5th in one of the biggest upsets, perhaps the biggest upset in the country in 2018 in the congressional races. He's running Congresswoman Horn's campaign again this year. This is Ward Curtin right here. Ward, congrats first of all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you, man, because this is how we got to win these kinds of districts.
Right.
You got to, right?
Right.
3 questions for you. Okay. The first is, can you tell us one? About 5% of our volunteers.
Okay, we the battery died at the beginning of that. That was gonna be one of the best interviews. The beginning of that,
it
was so good. No, it'll record, I think. But you know, let's just start.
We'll start again.
This is a good behind the scenes thing. Don't start again. It's fine. I think we got it.
Okay, got it. So, Ward, can you tell us one meaningful thing about you that has influenced why you do this work?
Well, whenever I was going to college, I thought I was going to teach English and coach high school football. And then I volunteered for my first campaign, and that was 20 years ago, and I've been jumping from campaign to campaign,
Nice.
state to state ever since. But I was born and raised here in Oklahoma, and wanted to. I traveled to, across the nation. I actually worked in Seattle and Washington State on the on the marriage equality. Wanted to come back to bring, that's kind of change to my home.
Okay.
Hey, man, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
That's huge.
That's really great. All right, second up, can you tell us your impression, your thoughts about our organization, Common Power, from what you know or have seen?
It is, especially during this pandemic, it's been a big boost to our campaign. And we have the largest grassroots operation in the state right now. But it's also one of the most difficult districts in the nation to win. So we've got to keep our foot on the gas the whole time. And Common Power came in and Deep Red came in at a point early on that where in working with you, we found out you were reliable, we found out you were good, and that allowed us to change our plans and kind of expand our goals because we knew we had that Deep Red crew every Tuesday, and we could go bigger on vote by mail, we could go bigger whenever it comes to get out the vote because, we've got our friends in Seattle and across in Washington State and across the nation. We know you've got our back, and we really appreciate it.
Wait, Paul, did you hear that, man? You're doing it, man. You hear that? Paul's like, when Paul sees this, he's gonna his head's gonna explode. Yeah.
One quick follow-up on that. We get the question all the time from our volunteers. Does calling people matter?
So it absolutely does. The statistics bear this out, that the increased voter contact, the more times that you have a conversation with the voter, the more times that you have a conversation with them about voting, the more likely they are to do it. What are the reasons that people don't vote? I don't know enough about the candidates. Well, this gives us an opportunity to tell them about the candidates. They look into our race. They're likely to start looking at other races. And then they're more likely to vote. Other than meeting the candidate, the Congresswoman Horn themselves, the next best messenger we have is a fired up volunteer that's willing to have a brief conversation with a stranger about the importance of their participation in this election.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Last question for you. 6 months from now, in addition to Congresswoman Horn winning re-election, what would be a hope that you have for where we're at?
As an organization?
Could be a country, could be personally, a hope for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, during this pandemic, it comes at a time when it challenges. There are important conversations going on in this country right now, and people are really reevaluating their experience versus how others experience life, and questioning whether questioning on how we can make it better for all communities, but we have to understand the challenges that those communities are facing and the challenges that we may be enabling that unintentionally even. So I mean, I hope that we come out, I hope by 6 months we're back, we're going to OU football games and and having those conversations face to face, having been almost in isolation for a year. We've had time to reflect, but now it's time to really act on that, and that's listening to other people. That's where I'd like
I love it.
to be.
I love it.
That's great.
That's what we're hearing. Okay. Well, we appreciate your time.
Yeah,
We
Warren,
appreciate
thanks a lot.
everything you guys do. It's a huge boon to us, and like I said, it allows us to kind of put our foot on the pedal even harder.
That's good.
Because we know that Deep Red and Common Power, our friends in Washington State have our back.
We're doing it, man.
Thank you guys.
Thanks
We're
a lot.
doing it. We appreciate you.
Go Huskies.
Yeah, look at that. He knows all the right things
That's
to say,
right,
this
man.
guy.
That's right. All right.